not have an accent. Are you ready for the next guy? Yeah. So I'll start doing this again and then announce his name and then we'll all welcome him here. Yeah, we ready for that? So let's start to welcome the guy. Yeah, keep it going. Big ones here, Socrates!
Thanks so much. Keep it going for yourselves.
That's you!
Yeah, how y'all doing tonight? Yeah, my name is Socrates. I'm an American. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate that. That's cool. Appreciate that. Actually, I went to see my family recently. I realized I should start a different initiative. My name is Socrates. I'm a Greek American. Yeah, just slightly better. I get it. And actually, as of Tuesday, I can say now my name is Socrates and I am Dutch. Thanks. You know the audience, if at all possible. Yeah, I've been here 14 years. Finally got my Dutch citizenship. Yeah, the perfect immigrant. Old and broken. A great career path ahead of me. Yeah, traveled from Amsterdam for this. Comedy. If anybody's not into it, it's a great career. Meet great people, get a free beer. And if you're really lucky, you can hook up with a acid dealer. We'll talk. Anybody else like drugs? Is it just them? A couple people there. If you really like drugs, you didn't make it to the show. Arguably, they had more fun. You know, I do a little drugs myself. Mine were prescribed, as I think yours are supposed to be. I know yours are self-prescribed, but it's still a doctor who wrote the prescription, and that's fine. Anybody had surgeries? Any surgery people in here? A couple people? Do you have breaking things, or would you have?
Broken leg.
Broken leg. Did they give you morphine by any chance?
Yes.
Did you like it?
Yes.
Love it. Have you had morphine as well, or no? Well, if you ever get the chance, you can listen to that man back there. Morphine, 5-star drug. Yeah, it's worth a little research if you haven't checked into it. Trust me on this one. Yeah, unfortunately for me, I broke my shoulder, and actually years ago I broke my hand too. It was the first time I got to have morphine. And morphine's like a warm hug on a cold night. So if this weather was bad recently, yeah, a couple shots of morphine, you're doing okay. That's all I'm saying. I was doing my show. I got to go do a show in Greece recently. I'd never been in Greece to do a show. I got to see my family for New Year's. Really cool to go to my 6th country to do a show. And it's different in Greece, you know what I mean? The Greeks have a different attitude. They have a different language, you know what I mean? When they talk, Greeks all of the tips of the tongue, and you know. And but Dutch, of course, is very guttural, you know what I mean? I tried to explain a little Dutch words to them, and they all thought I sounded Klingon. Which is fair. I mean, you got chach gedaan and things like that, and it's like every good word's got a chach stuffed in there, you know, which is cool. You know, it's like, you know, a Nijmegen. You know, it's like, oh, snuck one in. You know, I was on my way to my Nijmegen by train. I like passing Wageningen. I was like, hey, got at least one in a place, you know. And I was explaining some of the words that we have, and to them they all sounded exactly the same. Which again is kind of fair from their perspective, you know. But like my father, when I said the Greek word, I said a copy move, but I said it with a little too much chach. And he said I sounded German. Right? I mean, you know, at least give me a little bit of a compliment and say I sounded Dutch. No, he went for it, I sounded German. It's not fair. I have a Dutch teacher, I said a little Dutch. He said I sounded Turkish. I mean, come on. It's just not nice, is it? I mean, I'm Greek, and then it's just, it just seems cruel to me as all. And I'm an American, so if you can understand me in any way, shape, or form, I'm doing great, you know? So yeah, I lived in Florida. I am a Florida man. Yeah, thank you. I'm an unofficial Florida man. Okay, officially a Florida man has to be arrested and charged, and that's how you get in the paper. Florida man, you know, had sex with alligator. Whatever it is you do, meth's a hell of a drug. They're not into morphine as much, which is unfortunate because morphine is so much more mellow than meth. But I've been living here for a while, and I think it's really, again, it's a different thing. You know, for me, I'm glad to have left America. I don't know if you noticed or not, but it's getting a little crazy. Yeah, they're flirting with fascism again. You know, bell bottoms I get, you know. Go back to the 70s for some stuff. You know, 18 would be a cool remix, but fascism is strange. Why are all fascists with weird hair? Have you noticed this? Mustaches, strange orange things, Boris Johnson, the guy in Argentina, crazy as hell. Looks it too. Why do people vote for a fascist? Why do you need this sort of crazy guy? What's wrong with a guy, you know, like, you know, JFK? He was a beautiful guy, wasn't a fascist, but he was good looking. The only fascist I know of that has normal hair is Putin. Because he has no hair. You know, just keep it going clean as could be. You know, so like for me, I'm glad to live in here in the Netherlands because that could never happen here. I can only vote in the municipal elections at this point, so I didn't check into it. I'm sure it worked out, right? Mark Ruther's still the prime minister, so hey, nothing changes. When I was in Greece, you know, where they came up with democracy, you know, Greek democracy is a Greek word if you don't know that. You know, it comes from demo, to try out, and krisi, which is Greek for wine. Yeah, the people just wanted to have wine. They wanted a party, you know, which is why political organizations are all called parties. Yeah, that's why I vote for the Green Party. Because nobody parties like the Green Party parties. And the tepid response that always gets tells you that we're fine about our futures. I'm not worried about it at all. But in Greece, you know, they don't only have democracy, you know, they have like the Communist Party, which I think is a strange kind of contradiction. The communists running for elections seems strange, you know. But it's not enough that they have the Communist Party. They literally have the ultra-communists. Yeah, people that thought the Communist Party was too lax, you know. And there was enough of them that they formed an actual political organization. It's a different kind of a concept. They actually have anarchists. Organized anarchy is another strange thing, you know. Because any anarchist who shows up to the meeting, instantly kicked out of the club. I just don't get it. And of course, politics is also a Greek word, you know, because people think politics is our savior, and I don't know if you know it or not, but it's not. You know, politics comes from poly, which means many, and ticks, which is a blood-sucking parasite that spreads diseases. Politics. Yeah. So I was on my way to Greece, and I was trying to avoid the negative fantasy thing. You know, do you ever have negative fantasies? You know, what could go wrong? You know, American pulls out a gun, you know. Gets the other people, not you, of course. That's a positive fantasy. But I was worried about, like, the door blowing out, of course, you know, on the airplane. And I'm sitting there, I realized that I'm in an aisle seat, so this is probably not going to be me, but there's no door there. But maybe it's a plug, you know. But of course, if it happens, it's just the other person sucked out. I'll be fine. You know? It's like, why do you have like a negative fantasy? There's like no point to it. You know, like a little more positive fantasy is like a hijack fantasy, because you know, you could do heroic stuff, trick the guy, you know, open the door, he gets sucked out, whatever. So anyway, all I can say is this: that if you do have a chance in your life, and the doctor says, "Would you like a shot of morphine?" The correct answer is yes. I would like to have a shot. My name is Socrates. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks so much.